Good morning, welcome back to my channel, Canine to Equine. This morning we're here with Autumn and Aladdin. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. I'm Autumn and this is Aladdin, and we're here today to talk about Arabians. Aladdin is a purebred Polish Arabian, and I don't know a lot what the Polish part means except for they're a little bit more heavy-bodied and don't quite have the really dish face that you'll see in the Egyptian Arabian. So he's a Polish Arabian. He's 17 years old, going on 5. For Arabians, 17 years old is right in the prime of their life. They tend on average to live a bit longer than other breeds. And Aladdin is not slowing down anytime soon. He has got lots of go, and he's a very sweet, loving horse. One of the things I wanted to say about the Arabian breed is that they bond with their person in a really deep way. The relationship is what I want to talk about today, is relationship. And the relationship that can be built with any horse, but with the Arabians, there's a very special deep bond. And you can have that with other breeds as well. But the Arabians, they were kind of raised to live in the tents. And so if they're going to live in the tent with their person, they've got to be very personable, and he is. But I've had Aladdin, there's cars going by, so forgive the noise. I've had Aladdin for 2.5 years, and he didn't know to trust me the first year. We've just started to really learn that he can trust me and that I'm his person, and that he loves me. I know he does. He doesn't tell me with words, but he tells me with his body language, because
Right.
Horses speak a language, it's just not my language. They speak body language. And so he tells me a lot of things with his body. And he is, like I said, 17 years old, and I've had him 2.5 years. So Aladdin and his nickname is Laddie. I call him Laddie. He is, his registered name is Extraordinaire, and his father's name was Echo, and his grandfather's name was Aladdin. So I named him Aladdin after his grandfather, but his registered name is Extraordinaire.
Nice.
And he is pretty extraordinary. He is an endurance horse, and if you follow Trudy's next video with me after this, you will learn more about endurance riding, which is what I do with my Arabians. But right now, Aladdin and I would like to give you a demonstration in liberty work. So liberty, from the way I use the word, means no halter, no lead rope, and in a round pen. So we'll take his halter off, and we're in a round pen. And this liberty for me is learning to connect and join up with the horse where he wants to be with me. And the way to a horse's brain is through their feet. So I'm going to move his feet different directions, and I'm going to use my body language to change directions, to ask him to go, and then I'm going to use the language that him and I share, the body language, to ask him to join up with me in the middle, where he will want to just hang out and rest for a minute after we've moved his feet.
Awesome.
So I'm going to move his feet off, and I'll show you how this works. Aladdin is wearing an endurance tack. This is an endurance saddle made for Arabians. This is a saddle that's comfortable for him, which is very important when you do 50 miles in one day. And it's a saddle that's comfortable for me, which is very important when you do 50 miles in one day. Hence the sheepskin on the top to make me more comfortable. I'm going to ask for a change of direction with my body language by moving my body a certain way that he understands. Listen important to me that he turns in toward me and looks at me with his two eyes as a sign of respect. If he was to turn the other way, when I ask for the turn and he give me his butt instead of his eyes, that would be a sign of disrespect. So I train all my horses to do liberty. I train all my horses to be respectful, but most importantly to trust me and have a relationship. To me, relationship is everything with horses. Relationship is everything in life. For me, all this other stuff in this crazy world is small potatoes when it comes to relationship with people. Even more important than the relationship with horses is the relationship with people. There's nothing that matters more than relationship. I'm going to ask for another change of direction in a minute. And then now we'll do join up. I'll ask him to come into the middle with me. We'll have him canter. This is a trot. We'll have him canter. And I'll ask him to join up with me. He's licking his lips. He's telling me by turning into me and giving me his focus with his eyes, licking his lips, he's telling me that he'd like to, that he trusts me, because trust is so important to him and so important to me. Growing up, I didn't know that I could trust anyone, and the horses have taught me, this horse has taught me a lot about relationship and trust, because he is willing to surrender his will to mine and trust me for 50 miles for 10 hours out on the trail. And he doesn't know what I'm asking him to do, but he trusts me. And for me, learning to trust has been, the horses have taught me to trust a leader, that we all need a leader. And we need someone that we can follow, but that person needs to be trustworthy. Well, he's decided that I can be his leader, and he trusts me, which is a big honor. And for me, my leader is Jesus Christ, and I follow him because I can trust him. And for Aladdin, I'm not sure if he knows Jesus or not, but he knows me, and he knows that I won't hurt him, and he knows that he can trust me. And I take it very special honor when a horse gives you their trust and their will. And that's Aladdin and Autumn, and we will see you on the next video. Thank you.
Thank you, Autumn, and thank you, Aladdin. Beautiful, beautiful job.